Anchor. Get the link. Copy the link. Extremes. Alright, so hello everyone. So this is week 2 match of Junkrat Meta League, and for tonight's match we have Pandora's Wrath, who is 0-1, versus 4sight, which is 1-0. So I need to look and make sure that I have the correct starting lineups, which I don't think I do, because I don't think I changed 4sight just yet. Let me look. Supreme. Hold on. Appears that some people on Pandora's starting roster isn't actually here yet. Oh, this is one of Pandora's coaches. Switch that guy to here. Well, we wait for some of... We'll wait for the rest of Pandora's Wrath players to join in. I will make sure that I have 4sight's starting lineup correct. Anchor, Echo, Blossom, Erlo, and Damn Leap Hung. So that is 4sight's starting lineup all set up. Now let me make sure that I have Pandora's correctly. Kigo, Crimson, this person, Zambi, and then Combat. Where is Combat Frogger? Combat Frogger was in the game just a minute ago, but he's not here anymore. Oh, there's Combat Frogger. Okay. Alrighty. Make sure I put this guy so that he's spectating only Pandora. Alright, so for tonight, I unfortunately will be the only caster for tonight, which is a little bit sad, so... Alright. Make sure that the starting lineups are all good for each team. Before I start, I should make sure that my pause button is set. I'm pretty sure it is, but I should still make sure. So that way when it starts, it doesn't... And if I need to pause it, it works okay. It is set. teams. Ready from 4sight, still waiting on a ready from Pandora. Ready. Is he ready? And then we can get this match underway. So we are still waiting on Pandora. Saying they need another second. Alright. So we're going to be starting here on Busan. This is going to be a very interesting map. And it appears that based off of the lineup, looks like 4sight might be running Blossom on this Widow. And from what I've heard and from what I have seen, Blossom is apparently a very good Widow player for them. So I'm wondering how Pandora's Wrath is going to deal with their Widow. Alright, I now have it ready from both teams, so get this match underway. So Pandora's Wrath is coming into week 2 0-1, while 4sight on the other hand is coming in 1-0. So we'll see if Pandora's Wrath can try and make a bounce back week here, or if 4sight will continue their winning ways.
Initiating match.
Going to be starting on, if I remember correctly, this is called Sanctuary. Make sure.
Ready for battle.
Make sure my pause works. My pause does not work. Okay, let me change the button real quick before the match actually starts, and I have to change it. Let me change it to that. It is not working. I don't know why my pause button is not working.
3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
My pause button is not working. That is concerning. Well, hopefully I won't need to pause. Well, we'll test it out after the first fight. Good hook onto the enemy Reaper there from 4sight, however it does disconnect from the line of sight. 4sight's going to be getting the first pick here onto the Pandora's Wrath Zarya. Oh, a good hook onto their Roadhog. Looks like 4sight will be taking this first fight here on Busan. Pandora's Wrath is going to try and contest a little bit. The Lucio on top of point. Probably won't be surviving very long, and there goes the Lucio. So going to be easy first take here for 4sight. And my pause button still does not work, and I am not sure why that is happening. That is very, very annoying. An early pulse bomb out from Blossom. I'm surprised he already had a pulse bomb. That is a very quick pulse bomb. Pandora's Wrath already down 2, down 3. Pandora's Wrath is probably gonna have to back up before they re-engage here. 4sight taking a lot of early percentage here in this first round of Busan. Blossom here on the flank. See what he can get done with this Tracer flank. Might try and look for another pick. He gets spotted and pressured. Not pressured too much though, he's still trying to go a little aggro. Far Mercy's trying to pressure out the enemy Ashe. Oh, but Supreme takes out Grand Slam. This could be a good opening pick for Pandora, although it does get res. This Pharmacy is still flanking behind. Whole hog committed by 4sight. Grand Slam gets a pick on the Supreme, and the barrage from behind only gets a Zarya, but still gets mad value out of that. 4sight is really making this Pharmacy flank work. And Pandora's Wrath, they just don't really have much of a response for it. I've seen Supreme kill Grand Slam about one time, but unfortunately he didn't res. And we're already at 85%, and Pandora's Wrath. They have a few ultimates up, but another pulse bomb from Blossom to sleep on the Crimson, and Pandora is going in with a deficit on this point. Pandora's down 2. They do commit the Bob, the Coalescence, and the Whole Hog. 4sight's gonna commit a grab, but it's only onto the Bob. Nanofara here for 4sight. See if Grand Slam's gonna get a lot of value out of this. 4sight just cleaning up a lot of these picks. Only the Lucio's left for Pandora. Combat Frogger just desperately trying to contest here. And he doesn't manage to do anything. Pandora's Wrath gets stomped on round 1. 4sight with just the easy 100% to 0. If you're Pandora's Wrath, I think you're just thinking, how do you shut down this Pharah? This Pharah Tracer Flake has been absolutely destroying them. I wonder what swaps they're going to make here on Mecha Base to try and... Well, Grand Slam isn't going to be on the Pharah anymore. Looks like both teams are changing their comp quite a bit here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
So both Ryan's going to be running the both teams are going to be running the Reinhardt. However, with Pandora running the Diva and 4sight running this. An early immortality from 4sight gets destroyed. Pandora Wrath still have their immortality. Good first pick for Pandora. However, Blossom finds Crimson. Just have back and forth picks for Pandora and 4sight. This could be anybody's point to win. Blossom trying to flank the Rhine, get a lot of damage out. 4sight uses their immortality again early. Crimson gets stunned and killed instantly. This could be a point loss here for Pandora without any tank line. It's just Kigo on the point, and early... Wow, Blossom is just getting all of his ults so quickly. He had an early Tracer Pulse Bomb first round, and this round he had an insanely fast Blossom. However, he kind of didn't need to use that Blossom as there was only the Reaper on point. So kind of an overcommitment there, but still, nonetheless, Blossom is gaining these ultimates very fast. So Pandora's Wrath are going to be going underneath here to try and pressure point. That's not good. We'll get right. Mortality forced out for Pandora. Supreme gets a pick onto the enemy back. 4sight getting a shatter onto the Diva. Self-destruct. Pandora forces 4sight off of the point. Pandora manages to take the point back. So a good response here from Pandora after getting absolutely destroyed on that initial fight. See how 4sight tries to take this point back. Pandora's Diva's cut off, but escape. High noon from 4sight, but from Pandora, but it gets shut down by 4sight. Kigo gets the pick on the Grand Slam, but Blossom immediately takes out Kigo. Blossom takes out Combat Frogger. Blossom is just uncontested on the high ground. And 4sight takes this point right back. This point looking like it might be a back and forth affair. Looks like Pandora might be preparing to go underneath again. No, they're gonna go up top this time. 4sight are ready for it. Oh no, Pandora's gonna try and go around. 4sight using the high noon. It gets Kigo! That didn't look like it was going to get anybody there. Oh, Crimson walled off. Oh, the immortality from Pandora was a little too late. And if you're Pandora, you definitely need to back out here. And Zach's gonna get just stalled out there. Zach the turtle, by the way, is playing on Daddy default. Just for those of you that don't know, that's why I called him Zach. And we're heading up to last 15% here, and Pandora needs to take this back if they're gonna try and stay in this map here. A good wall from Grand Slam. And a big flux for 4sight right there. Finds the mercy! And 4sight's committing a Lucio beat. Not looking good for Pandora here. 4sight finds 3, 4 picks. And it's just all falling apart for Pandora's here. As 4sight takes the map Busan 2-0. Wow, that was just... I don't even know what to say from that.
Play of the game.
Play of the game goes to Blossom. He was gaining a lot of his ults very fast. And as you can see, he was just up here uncontested on the high ground. No one here doing anything to Blossom. Just completely uncontested on the high ground. To the lobby. So it is currently 1-0 in favor of 4sight. Alrighty, let's see if there's any switches. Okay, so the next map is Havana. Wonder what Pandora's gonna try and do to see if they can come back on this map, but 4sight just... I don't even know what to say after that. 4sight really just kind of steamrolled through Pandora right there. Pandora looked a bit lost right there with what 4sight was running. Looks like Pandora just really had no idea what to do there. Alright, let's see if there's any switches for teams. I'm gonna try and see if I can get my pause button to work properly, which I don't know why it's not working. It's kind of annoying. It says I have it set to that, and I've been pressing that, and I'm not sure why it's not working. Alright, looks like I'm gonna be having a second caster joining me, so I'm not doing this casting by myself, which is kind of lonesome. Well, for right now, 4sight isn't going to be switching anything up, which is interesting. So they're going to be running the same players for Havana. I wonder, is there something wrong with my thing? I'm not sure what's wrong with my... I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. But yeah, it's very weird. So we're gonna be waiting a little bit to see. Waiting on this other caster to try and join. If he takes too long, I will just start the next map. get him in here. Invite to group. Then I will leave my party. And hopefully he will join. There he is. Hello, hello.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? Are you ready to help me cast for the rest of the match?
Yeah. How did map 1 go?
Well, map 1 ended up with 4sight winning 2-0. And in pretty convincing fashion, honestly. Pandora looked quite stunned with what 4sight was running. They were running, on the first point, they were running a Far Mercy. Make sure that both teams are ready. I think, oh, they said they were ready. Okay. Alright, so now we'll get into map 2. And we're going in with 4sight up 1-0 over Pandora. See if Pandora can bring this map back. So we're going to be running Havana here. What do you think the DPS lineups they're going to be for each team's getting?
Havana is a very sniper-friendly map, especially points A and C. And according to 4sight, Blossom is a top-tier Widow, so I do expect them to play Widow at least.
Oh, they have Blossom teasing the Ana. Who knows if they'll actually
Oh,
Blossom the Ana? Oh.
Yeah, I think Damn Leap is a support player, so I think they're just like me and Spawn right now. I don't think that's the lineup they're gonna play.
They probably are. For Pandora, they're gonna be running.
And also,
they're gonna be running a brawl for defense on this first point. That's interesting, considering
what a lot of teams like to do on Havana defense is spawn camp on first point defense. Is something that my team does a lot.
That's what they're gonna be doing. They seem to be pushed up pretty far here.
It is a very viable strategy.
Also, I might need to give you game host after this because my pause button does not work. Or midway through.
I can do game. Yeah, I always have pause down.
So Blossom is still on the
wow.
Ana here, so that's interesting. They have Damn Leap on the Widow instead of Blossom. But it seems to be working out. They have a pick onto Zambi, another pick onto Supreme. Pandora's still trying to pressure them here in spawn, but Leap has had 3 picks in this fight.
Foolish. Oh, they're tagging you. Apparently they picked wrong roles. Foolish. They picked wrong roles.
What was that?
They picked wrong roles. They want to restart.
All right.
That's what they were tagging.
Restart.
Initiating match.
So they asked for a restart here. And sorry, I had my mic muted for a second. Someone was talking to me. I'm sorry for that.
Oh, it's fine. No, you're good.
That's why I don't see it immediately. I think I will. Yeah, I'll give it to you right now while nothing's happening, because my pause, even though I have a pause button set, it doesn't ever work. I have it left on the D-pad, and no matter how much I press it, it doesn't work.
It works.
Alright, cool.
Was there a DC last round?
No, luckily, but I don't know why. My pause button never seems to work, even in scrims and stuff. My pause button just never works. I don't understand why. I think it's because I need to unbind everything for hero information, and I think that's maybe the problem, because that's what left on D-pad is. So we're gonna try this again for 4sight because apparently they had people on the wrong roles.
The damn leap widow was working though, so I would have kept it the same. It was working.
So Pandora's running hog and ball torture. Interesting. They're gonna be running double sniper. Supreme gets the pick on the Blossom. That's a huge pick for Pandora. Another huge hook for Pandora, and Kigo is popping off right now. Both the snipers for Pandora are popping off.
Supreme is a very capable hit scan, so I think he can challenge Blossom in the Widow battle.
Well, it looks like Leap switches onto the Zen, I think. And oh, both teams are now running Hog and Ball. This is gonna be very interesting.
With the double sniper. I'm surprised there's no team running the Mercy with the double sniper, especially 4sight with the Ashe and Widow. This would be a great time to play Mercy.
And a whole Hog for Pandora. Doesn't get a whole lot out of it though. See a lot of picks coming in here for 4sight. Pandora's most likely gonna lose this fight right here. Only the ball stalling for Pandora right now.
The benefit
Getting
of
a lot of time off the clock there though.
The benefit of the close hold that we saw from Pandora before the restart is that you do get at least 2 fights to lose on first point, and there was basically just 1 fight.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Pandora. Oh, Pandora might get this. Oh, the Bab gets picked off right away. 2 huge picks for Kigo, but it probably won't matter as 4sight's new spawn is right there. Ooh, Supreme picks off Blossom here. Again, at these
That's
points,
the second pick Supreme has gotten onto Blossom in the Widow battles. But outside of the Widow battles, Blossom has kind of dominated. Well, not dominated, but he's been playing better so far.
Looks like a bit of an overextension there from Pandora. They were still waiting for some respawns. Their Bab hadn't been there yet, and looks like their Hanzo and their Hog push up and just ended up dying there. Probably an overextension there from Pandora. They probably could have held a little bit closer if they just waited for their Bab. So now they're forced to hold back a little bit further. Supreme with another huge pick. Supreme's getting a lot of big picks here. Forces out trans for 4sight. Good hit, a good hook by Anchor. Whole hogging the Honda. And Anchor goes down, and this probably stops 4sight's attack here. Yeah, so Pandora will hold here on second point, but 4sight still has quite a lot of time to make this happen. They can get a pick on the ball of the Ashe here. Oh, Echo went in for a mine? And they committed Bob! And that Bob's not going to get a whole lot of value. It's just all the way in the back, not really doing much. Kigo gets a pick on a Blossom. Bit of an overextension for Daddy Defeat there, but... Oh, and Anchor fights too! 4sight could turn this fight around. It was looking like a win for Pandora, but it looks like 4sight might turn this fight around.
So far, I think we're seeing a pretty even DPS battle between the two, but 4sight's tanks, especially Anchor on the Hog, has kind of been the difference maker so far.
Definitely. These DPS are really popping off right now on both sides. It's just that it looks like the tanks from 4sight are playing a little more clean, a little less out of position.
Yeah.
Oh, a great hook on the Anchor, but Daddy Defeat just dies!
You got, yeah, like with the Discord orb plus the Hog damage output right now, it just deletes the real Hog.
Pandora's Wrath with 3 picks though. They could win this fight here. Oh, but looks like they might not.
Valiant effort.
Zombie Crimson falling down.
Have
Looks
it.
like they might not.
Yeah.
Huge immortality. That's actually a really good whole hog. That actually gives them quite a bit of time for respawns to come back. They use the window, and then 4sight uses their mines. Still winnable for Pandora.
Damn Leap takes out combat frogger through his own window.
Oh, 2 picks here for 4sight. Yeah, that's gonna win it for them. Giga with another pick. Giga's getting a lot of these picks on the Blossom.
Yeah, both of the DPS for Pandora has actually played extremely well so far.
Supreme with another pick. Pandora's Wrath Sniper DPS just constantly getting picks. Anchor just dancing around over there. Oh, maybe a bit of an overextension by Anchor. He got a little too cocky there, I think. Thought he could strafe around everything and then just got hooked.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Oh, the Bob by 4sight used. Look at the Hanzo. And they used Nano. That's an interesting Nano use. Not really sure if they needed that. Well, it does let
Anchor has gotten so much value. Like, as good as the DPS that played, Anchor has probably been the best player so far in this round.
Anchor has gotten a lot of value on this hog. Meanwhile, Batty defeat, I don't know.
Supreme, that's like the 4th time Supreme has killed Blossom as well. Like,
Supreme is kind of shutting Blossom down. It's just this tank play from 4sight is really enabling their pushes.
Yeah.
Here we have Anchor being sent over the castle walls from that whole hog. Oh, Grand Slam switches to the far end. He's getting mad damage in. Let's see if 4sight's
one thing about the
4sight, they do cap. Oh, it looked like Crimson was very close to touching that.
Did someone leave? No.
No, that was a spectator.
And the current meta, as it is right now, even if you lose a couple of players, if you just have, because there's like 3 or 4 players on the field that can get picks for each team. So if like Anchor, he brought back so many fights in the first round and just kept them alive in the fights that looked like they were lost after Kigo and Supreme had the opening picks. And that's really just how the game is being played right now. Current state of Overwatch with Hog being the way he is. Being able to turn really any lost fight.
Even though 4sight capped, you gotta give it to Pandora. They really stalled out their time a lot.
Yeah, they really did, and I
with
think
40 seconds.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
It looks like Pandora's gonna be teasing the Bastion? Who knows if they're actually gonna be running that, but it looks like they're teasing that for right now. Let's see if they'll actually stick with the Bastion pick. Are they gonna stick with the Bastion? It looks like they are. It looks like they are gonna stick with the Bastion. They are sticking with the Bastion.
Are they? Yeah, they're playing with the close.
Bastion with double shield. Is this actually gonna work? So they got one opening pick here. Ooh, Echo
I think
out of
on this
position there.
map, with how well Supreme has played, I think is best. I think Supreme would be better off playing the Widow with the Bastion
So
comp.
too, but looks like they're trying to see how this works for them. Hasn't failed just yet.
A pin out of spawn for Crimson kills the honor.
So they do manage to get those initial pickups, and now they're moving the payload with it. So far it has gone pretty well for them.
And Supreme does switch to the Widow.
So Echo switches off to the ball from Zarya here to try and disrupt some of the pirate ship. Grandson finds a pick on a Supreme. It's interesting, we haven't really seen Supreme go down a lot from Grand Slam or any of the other snipers a whole lot, I believe.
It might be time to switch. It's going to be pretty hard, even with though the Bastion has ult. It's going to be hard to set back
They
up.
got
on
a little.
point.
They got about more than halfway to the checkpoint.
They're about
but
one fight away from
if you're Pandora,
capping.
I would recommend switching off. Okay, they're going to switch off to the Genji. That's an interesting pick. I can see why you want to run the Genji to try and test the snipers, but with what they're running tank-wise and healer-wise, that's a very interesting pick. Supreme finds another pick on the Blossom! Supreme is just constantly getting these picks on the Blossom. However,
So Pandora,
Grand
they
Slam
are
is
up
just
right
up
now.
here on the high
And
ground, uncontested. Well, Mercy's gonna go and contest him. Oh, Grand Slam goes down from the Mercy. Oh, a big whole hog and minefield from 4sight. No one's left but the Genji from Pandora.
At the start of that fight, Pandora was up. It was like 5-4, and then we see Anchor yet again brings it back into his team's favor.
Yeah. I wonder if Kigo might try and switch off to another sniper here. No, he's gonna stay on the Genji.
I think their double sniper was
ideal
actually
pick.
better. I do think their double
I
sniper
agree
was
with
better
you.
last
Kigo was getting a lot of work onto the Hanzo, and with him on Genji right now, I'm not sure how it's going. Echo's just sitting in the back line here. Okay, now they spot him out. He wasn't really spotted out for a while. And Grand Slam right now is again uncontested on the high ground. He throws out Bob. Okay, so Kigo goes in and gets a pick on the Blossom. So Pandora might be able to get a one fight right here. They could try and take care of this Ashe with a ball, but they're just kind of trapped underneath. Oh, a big pick on the Grand Slam with the Roadhog. And another pick on the Moira. And an Infrasight used for both teams. Looks like Pandora might be winning this fight, but
They should be able to cap. Anchor's on the flank right now. He misses his hook. He gets hooked.
Anchor's probably gonna end up dying in their back line. Yeah, he
he's
does. 4sight's still trying to contest this, but it's gonna go in Pandora's way.
I don't think Pandora has to worry so much about time bank right now because forced it on the cap with 40 seconds left. So just finishing the map, that should be the main priority.
That is definitely a big concern for them, is just trying to complete the map, I feel like.
Getting very high.
After they performed kind of poorly on Busan, they're more just looking for trying to get close to it. And a Bob here from 4sight will stall the payload for a little while. And they use mines. Force out Pandora's immortality. And the whole hog, but a good hook from Pandora. Oh, and a fat shatter from Crimson. Yeah, that'll probably give Pandora the one fight, although 4sight does use Nano. 4sight might turn this back.
It's an even
Nano
3v3. Now it's a 3v2 in favor of Pandora. It is a fight that they should win, but we've seen how a lot of these fights have broken down where 4sight have been able to bring them back. If 4sight keeps trickling in, Pandora could possibly cat.
Oh, with that pick on
This
the
point,
Grand
4sight.
Slam, it looks like Pandora might be able to get this all the way to the checkpoint at this rate.
Takes out the ultimate more. That was the last one.
Go takes out Zambi, so Pandora's Roadhog takes out Echo, so good hook on the Anchor. This is anybody's fight right here. Oh, Daddy goes down after he has a anti on. Oh, a great hook by Anchor interrupts Crimson's shatter right there. Looks like Pandora's still trying to fight. Still trying to fight this here. Well, I don't think it's likely that they'll win with both of 4sight's tanks on point, especially with that minefield.
Supreme.
Although Pandora does get 2 picks right there.
Supreme has done a lot of work, and he has been able to build up Bob, but he doesn't seem like he's gonna need it.
They definitely won't need a Bob here. Supreme definitely helped clutch out that fight right there. That fight looked lost for Pandora. It looked like it could have been ending map 2 here, going 2-0 in the way of 4sight, but Pandora managed to clutch it out right there.
As questionable as the Genji pick is, Kigo was able, at the start of that fight, Kigo popped Dragon Blade, and he did get about 2 kills, I believe. He forced out a lot of resources, so the Genji got value in that moment.
Kigo goes down to Blossom. Good to see that. Diva gets anti, barely makes it out. Oh, another great hook by Anchor. Anchor is getting a lot of great hooks here for 4sight. See, both sides commit a Bob. Whole hog out here from 4sight.
Neither Bob does much.
Oh! Oh, but a big blade into the back line of 4sight. Kilo gets 2 with that. With this, Pandora might be able to push this all the way to the checkpoint. If they can just get a few stagger picks here. A big minefield from Pandora going to be blocking off some of the spawns. Blossom gets a pick onto Supreme, that's huge. And the D-Mech! Another huge hook by Anchor. Anchor has been getting so many of these clutch hooks. And another clutch kill into the Mercy! Oh, only Pandora's Diva's there on there. And a team kill, and 4sight takes it. It was a good effort by Pandora, but they eventually get stopped at the end. Anchor gets play of the game. I think Anchor was definitely a bane for Pandora in this map. Anchor was getting a lot of clutch kills and clutch hooks. Look at that, 24 enemies hooked. Wow. Anchor doing a lot of work for their team.
Anchor brought back a lot of fights that looked like they were lost at the start, and he helped bring them, even though they started off down in a couple of fights, especially on their attack. Oh, shit.
So the score is now 2-0 for 4sight. Then in the chat. Apparently I've been told that I'm too close to my mic. I apologize, my mic is not exactly the best quality. I apologize for that. So the next map is King's Row. Just letting you know that.
So is it a first to 3, or do they play all 4 maps no matter what?
It's first to 3, so this is match point here for 4sight for King's Row. Let me ask the teams if there are any switches. You know you're the owner of the game now, right? So you have to put it on
Oh, I am? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I made you owner because my pause button doesn't want to work. You know what, let me see if I can try to fix that. All heroes. I probably need to unbind the hero information thing, I'd imagine. and then it would probably work. I don't know, my pause button seems to never want to work. I don't really understand that.
My phone is like, what? I can't charge it.
Huh. It doesn't say that my hero... Wait, where is the hero information thing? I always forget where it is. I don't know. That's very strange.
Wait, is Kings the next map? What's the next map? They said they
Yes,
might
next
should.
map is King's Row.
Yeah, it's Kings.
I'm not sure why it doesn't allow me to pause. It's kind of annoying. Neither of the teams have responded to us about switches. They're too busy talking about King's Row.
Okay, that's what I have to do. I'll switch map. What's that? 817. But I'll be checking the chat for when they put in switches.
They're still not saying. They're too busy talking about last match for some reason. And now they're asking if we're doing interviews. I wish they could focus on the task at hand, which is switches. They're too busy thinking about, oh, I need to, oh, can you put Bean to spectate red only? That is one of 4sight's players. The BX, the BX-ine person. Hello? I think my other caster just went AFK out of nowhere. He just... Oh, is he here? Hello? Kenny? Are you here? Hello? Kenny? This dude really just went AFK while we're casting. Wow. Oh. Wait, he's typing in Discord though. What? I'm so confused. Kenny, hello? Hello, your mic isn't working. I can't actually hear your voice if you're trying to speak right now. Because you're responding on Discord.
Hello?
I was wondering where you were. So I just didn't
Oh,
hear
I
you.
had took my headset off. I
was starting to
Yeah, I
get
was still
nervous.
checking the chat.
I was starting to get nervous. I was like, uh-oh, did this guy bail on me in the middle of casting and then I'm not the host of the lobby? Oh, my stupid pause button, man. I don't know why my pause button doesn't work. Like, I have it set to moderator for all heroes, and it just doesn't work. I don't get it. I think Blizzard needs to fix their shit with,
Bean
pause
for Damn, I believe.
Yeah, Bean for Dam and for Pandora, OD for Kigo. Oh, you already did that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, damn, I expect. Do I switch sides?
Now that we're at the midpoint, yeah, you want to switch sides. You know how to do that, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Then you'll have to fix the names as well.
T-Man is on 4sight.
Yes. And then the other
I
two
think that's all good.
are that, yeah. And then you'll have to fix the names because
Oh, okay, yeah.
now the names are incorrect.
How do you actually switch the names?
You can't, you just have to retype them in. There isn't an actual function to switch the names.
Yeah, how do I type it is what I'm asking.
You scroll over to it. Do you not know how to change the names?
I actually don't. I've never.
Here,
I've
why
never
don't you
done that.
give honor back to me then? Why don't you give
I'll
honor
give
back
it
to
to
me?
you.
I'll do it.
There's a button you hit. I'm trying to think of the button. I couldn't. I don't know, my mind is all over the
You
place.
just scroll up to the names, and then you click X on them, and then it should come up with the keyboard thing to change them. Pandora's Wrath. Alright, so now we'll get into this. So, going to King's Row. So, 4sight is now in the blue, and Pandora's Wrath is now
entering King's Row.
in the red. So, we're going in, and 4sight is up 2-0.
Initiating.
And my pause button still does not work. That is cool. I'm just gonna switch it to all different buttons until I find a button that works.
Ready for battle.
Oh, now it works for some reason. I had it on left on the D-pad and then it didn't work. And then I changed it to L3 and it didn't work. And now that I changed it to down on the D-pad, it all of a sudden worked.
Attackers incoming. in
I'm not
30
sure
seconds.
why that is. I think Blizzard needs to fix the pause button thing because I'm not sure why it does that sometimes. Sometimes it just doesn't want to work. And I don't understand why.
Five, four, three.
Alright, so we have 4sight here.
Attackers
Defense.
incoming.
Mine
Defend
Sig.
objective.
Echo has to pause.
Pause. Alright. Apparently one of their players has to go do something, so... So why don't we talk about what they're running. So, Pandora is running Ball Zarya here. That is interesting. To say the least. I think he just left again. So, oh, is he here? I don't know if he's here or not. Keep in mind this is both of our, I think this is his first time casting and my first time casting as well, so just keep that in mind. We're a little new to this. So by the looks of it, it looks like Pandora has a little bit of a better DPS con over 4sight.
While we wait, I'm gonna go get something to drink really quick.
Alright. So looks like 4sight is probably gonna be trying to use this Mei to cut off anyone that comes into the choke here. So that's gonna be a bit of a problem here for Pandora because they're gonna be running the ball here, and that ball will probably have difficulty getting value with this Mei here, and the McCree as well. And
I like
there's...
Foresight's comp a lot, actually. But I do think Pandora has a pretty decent comp to shut it down.
I think 4sight has a good comp to cancel out Pandora's tanks, but I feel like the DPS comp for Pandora might be too overwhelming for what 4sight is running. Even though they are running double shield and Pandora is running Widow, I think this Pharah is going to get quite a lot of value when she's pocketed, and they only realistically just have McCree for DPS to take out the Pharah. Although they do have the Bat, but still.
I do think if they're going to play Pharmacy, I think Ana might be better than the Zen, just because of the healing aspect of it, because you're asking the 4 other players, or 3 other players, to rely on an
Both
orb.
teams are ready. So I will unpause. Tell them 3 minutes paused. So Grandson just waiting here with the wall. Only walls off the Pharah, but Blossom still takes out the Pharah. So the wall didn't look that great. It did cut off the Pharah. Granson's gonna get frozen. Blossom picks up combat barrier.
It's very impressive from 4sight, because most teams don't do this against the Pharmacy. They don't play that aggro, which is one of the best ways to counter the Pharmacy, is just by playing aggro into their players that are on the ground and just win the ground battle.
Yeah, as soon
So
as
that's very impressive
as soon
from
as they got the
4sight.
pick on that Pharah, they just went all in because they knew that Pandora didn't have the damage they needed to fend off. You have Grand Slime waiting here for another wall. Still a pretty good wall, but doesn't get as much value as you'd like. Wall for Pandora just
Naked Mortality saves Anchor there. He was pretty much dead for us.
Ransom does have a Crimson. Although you're close to Minefield, I feel like if you're Crimson, you might consider switching off the ball. You're not really going to get a whole lot of value with this man. And I feel like the longer you stay on ball, the more ults you push on your side. Well, that is a pretty good pick on the Blossom. The Pandora is still just a group up here. But with Blossom with such a far spawn, he will have the Lucid Taxi, but that means that 4sight's probably, yeah, 4sight's gonna need to back up the point with them only having 4 right now. This is gonna give Pandora a lot of space, a lot of good space for this Pharah. Get a lot of damage. Minefield here from Pandora. Kills Grand Slam. Minefield from 4sight. Takes out the Mercy. There still is the Pharah threat. Barrage doesn't do a whole lot. Close fight here between Pandora and 4sight.
I think Pandora has won the flank.
Oh, I don't know. Being
Maybe not.
on the Supreme. And Anchor uses his Flux. The Valve. Anchor takes out Crimson,
Oh, they
and they take out the
come back.
Zarya. 4sight clutching it right here. It all
Beat-
started
that
with
was-
that pick
that
from
was a-
Bean onto Supreme.
Yeah.
With that Lucio
And then he
pick.
contested the Zarya. He contested the Zarya for a good while, and then the Mercy came to help the Zarya, and Bean
Anchor
still
with
stayed
a
alive.
huge Flux dealt a lot of damage to those 2 players that were over there. Really.
And 4sight comes in with 3 ults. 4sight comes in with 3 ults as well, against the 3 ults from Pandora. So they're in a pretty good position to
Shadow
pull hold.
Zarya.
Into the unknown.
final fight territory for Pandora, and at the moment they only have 60%. This is not looking very good for Pandora right now.
Pause.
Okay. It was early enough where they weren't really super engaged, so I don't think it was too big of a deal.
No, the fight hadn't started yet.
I'd say that wasn't a bad pause. The fight was only just kind of starting.
No, the fight hadn't started yet.
Although with Grand Slam,
But even
lagging
when
out,
Grand does come back, it's gonna be a 5v6
they
for
are
a little
missing
bit.
this May, so although you hate to see it, there isn't much you can do about your internet
Oh, do
and
they
stuff
already
like that
use
crashing
their
out.
out? Do they only get 1 3-minute pause time?
No, they get up to 15 minutes for each thing.
Okay, and that was the first 3 minutes were just 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like they're only pause.
You get unlimited pauses up to 15 minutes in total.
But so.
I don't know why Zach thinks that if someone DCs we don't pause. I feel like that's just standard for anything. So wait, hold on. Is Grand Slam actually in the thing? It says he is. Okay.
Is he in game?
Yes, it says he's in game.
10 seconds remaining.
Огонь по готовности!
Oh, big heat by Anchor to actually eat the yeah.
Oh,
They don't
Pandora
even
doesn't even touch. They
That's
see
so
9.
bad.
Score.
Pandora must not have looked at the time thing there, because I didn't even see the time. And Pandora, I thought Pandora had more time. They just didn't even touch.
Initiating.
Pandora only had 60%. Well, this is still winnable here for Pandora, but if you're Pandora, you're definitely a little bit nervous here. To
Ready
defend
for
first
battle.
one on King's Road to keep your match alive. During the Junk Ash with Rhine Diva. I'm not so sure how I feel about this Diva.
Attackers incoming.
Zach likes to run this Diva a lot, but I haven't seen it work out too well for them in the past. Didn't really go too well for them in the match against my team Runflow in our week 1 match. I didn't see him get a whole lot of value. So he could get value here, but I'm not sure about this Diva pick. And it looks like 4sight's going to be rolling out on the what is usually considered the standard meta tank meta right now, which is Hog Zarya.
Defend objective A.
Awesome.
Time to raise my ATM!
Diva just gets melted.
Here it comes!
Bad.
Come to stop this trouble!
Does get res. The flank from Blossom finds the Vap and finds the Junkrat. And they find Supreme, although they take out Blossom. Looks like it's all over here. Only 2 for Pandora. It's just the baby Diva. Oh, Pandora. And tactical crouch is coming out here from the side. Lucio trying to contest, but it's all in vain. 4sight wins it with a brutal 3-0 just hate to see that if
Play
you've
of the game.
been cheering for Pandora. That was an absolute.
Is this the stall? No, this isn't the stall.
And 4sight just wow, just an amazing game overall from 4sight. Just absolutely amazing play from them. So are we gonna be doing interviews? I don't know if they want to do interviews or not.
I think they asked.
We still have to figure out
MVPs.
yeah.
Round 6. Damn.
Do we want to try and figure out our MVP and honorable mentions for each team first, or do we want to try and do interviews? Actually, we should figure out the MVP and honorable mentions first.
Yeah, so we
So,
should just do the MVP.
I think for 4sight, I think we can both agree for MVP, it has to be Anchor. He was getting
Yeah, I agree with
so
that.
many clutch hooks there. He was doing a lot of work on that Roadhog, on the SIG as well, but especially on that Roadhog for 4sight today. He was just popping off today, in my opinion. He was really doing work for 4sight. Now for honorable mention, I'm not really sure who to go for on 4sight. Blossom was playing pretty well, but he was kind of getting shut down by the other Widow, so I'm not really sure if I would say Blossom. Grand Slam was also
Yeah,
playing
if
decent.
Bean had played, did Bean play first map?
Bean only played King's Row. Bean played pretty well in King's Row, but the thing is he only played one map, so I'm not really sure
Yeah,
who to
if
give
Bean had
honorable
played more
mention.
than one map, I would have loved to give him honorable mention because just from the stall on King Zero and then the play of the game, this deliberated Lucio type things that he did in the play of the game. But since he only played one map, I think Blossom had his moments. Maybe Grand Slam. You want to give it a game Grand Slam gamer?
I guess we could give it to Grand Slam. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell who to give it to 4sight. Anchor really had a lot of standout plays, but 4sight just had, like, overall just a lot of great team coordination and such. He was playing really well. Alright, so, and now we need to figure out,
Pandora. I would say
Pandora.
Supreme for Pandora. I
I
thought
would say
on
both Supreme
Havana.
and Kigo were definitely popping off.
Yeah.
Do we want to
So
give
one of them.
one of them will get MVP and the other will get honorable mention?
Yeah, we can do
I'm
that.
not sure who was popping off better though. Like who do you think was playing better for Pandora, Kigo or
I
Supreme?
think if Kigo didn't pick the Genji for like the first 2 points of Havana, he probably could have done more on the Hanzo like he did in the first round of Havana. I think Supreme played well all throughout Havana, except when he rode out on the sim. I think other than that, when he was on the Ash or the Widow, I thought he was outplaying Blossom in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. All right. I'll tell the teams the MVPs and honorable mentions. So MVP Anchor and then Grand Slam for honorable mention. And then for Pandora, MVP is Supreme. And Echo is a little bit upset, but
Why?
he's questioning why Grand Slam got honorable mention. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Echo was playing pretty good on the Zarya and some of the Rhine that he was playing, but he didn't really have any, like, super standout plays from what I saw. Like, he was playing well, but, like, all of 4sight was really playing well, realistically. And it's kind of hard to really decide, like, an honorable mention when all of them were just playing exceptionally well.
Do you want to invite Anchor? He's asking for the interview.
Yeah, hold on. I need to put down the honorable mention for Um. Right. So we will now invite Anchor here for a interview. Do you want to start off, or do you want me to start off asking questions? Or
You can start off.
okay, fuck, I don't know what I want to ask him. Oh, it looks like Grand Slam wants to come in here instead. I guess we'll invite Grand Slam, because Anchor doesn't seem to be joining. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, hello. Welcome, Grand Slam.
What's
To your
up,
interview.
homie?
So, that was a very, very convincing win you had against Pandora with the 3-0. So, just off the bat, what do you think was the biggest issue that you had from coming from Pandora all throughout your
I
match?
mean, Supreme was playing really, really well. He was contesting Blossom for at least a little portion of the game. And he's usually the person who contests other people, but this time it was almost even. But I feel like Blossom kind of edged out for at least a little more than Supreme did to him.
I
Oh yeah,
think on Havana, I think Supreme was probably the best player on Pandora. He was the best DPS on Havana. Supreme was. Um, so I thought Supreme played extremely well.
Yeah,
yeah.
Supreme played better than I expected, to be honest.
So, when you got disconnected on King's Row and your team, so what was your team thinking when you got disconnected on King's Row and they were forced to fight 5v6? Was your team a little nervous, or were you guys still had that confidence to beat Pandora in that fight, which you ended up did, which was kind of a interesting C9 sort of situation, but so what were you guys thinking
Um,
at that moment?
we were thinking just like if we didn't get like a pick at the very beginning when the unpause happened, we were just thinking to do a soft reset and give them like another tick maybe like a little bit more, and then we just fight for the last tick basically, but they just kind of C9'd.
Yeah, that was a very unfortunate C9 from them. Um, okay. Someone else joined and then left. Oh, Kenny came back. I'm not sure why he left. Um, so, um, so the Rhine Sig that you decided to run on Kings Row, was that sort of what you planned on doing for Kings Row, or was that like sort of a mid-map adaptation, although you were kind of winning these maps handily, but was that still something that you needed to adapt mid-game, or was that something that you actually planned for Kings Row?
I mean, I feel like we just, for last map, we just ran what we usually run because King's Row is like a really good brawl map, and with the tanks, it's just one of our best. It's really just comfort picks to be honest, because Echo's Rhine, pretty pog. Sig, Anchor Sig, basically his best tank, I guess you could say, and yeah.
All right.
Um, hey Bean and Nero.
Anchor does not deserve MVP. It is Grand, the true MVP.
Sorry, but this is meant to be for an interview, so uh, I have to remove these people. No offense, but so Is there anything else you'd like to add on about your game before we let you know MVP and honorable mention?
I mean, obviously I'm a little salty that I got like honorable mention, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah,
But
so yeah. Well, we thought that Anchor was getting a lot of these clutch hooks and clutch plays on Sigma, so yeah, so Anchor was your MVP, and then you were obviously the honorable mention. So
I mean,
yeah.
I'm chill with it. I'm chill with it.
Alright, so good luck in your next match for week 3. It was a fun game to watch.
Is it against you guys?
And
Yes, it
so,
actually is against
PogChamp.
my team. And I just wish them good luck. Interesting. Well, I guess I will see you next week then.
Okie dokie. Have fun.
As well. Alright, so who do we want to bring in for Pandora?
Up to you.
Pandora's Wrath. Interview? Question mark. See if anyone wants to do an interview from Pandora. Okay, so Zach wants us to invite their coach, Taylor Spades. Alright.
What?
So we're inviting Pandora's Wrath's coach. Lisa is told. Hello, Taylor Spades. Well, I don't think he might still
hello.
be in a party. Hello. So you are Pandora's Wrath's coach, correct?
Yes, head coach. I have not been around for 2 weeks because moving, but I'm back, better than ever, regardless of the fat L we just took.
Yeah, that was pretty convincing win for 4sight. So, was there any like sort of special preparation that you guys took in preparing for this match against 4sight, who were clearly a very formidable opponent?
So when they were participating in another league, they were playing against our advanced tier team, Sunset, and they smoked them. Like 4sight is just better than Sunset, and we don't often play Sunset because they are just better than us. So like we walked into here and we're like, we're gonna get smoked, right? Like Anchor's gonna roll our shit. Who? All right, whatever.
Ignore
I'm
that.
just gonna ignore that background noise for a minute. Who the hell is getting beat up in the background? All right. So we just knew we were gonna get rolled, right? We knew that Anchor was gonna come out and beat the crap out of us, and we knew Blossom was gonna be dangerous. Turns out he is not as dangerous as I was expecting. Like people hype Blossom up, and like I was ready to watch him put the moves on us, but we kept him under control, which is really nice. But we knew we were gonna get rolled, so we really came into this going, all right, let's see how we can improve. Like, let's see what we're gonna do. Let's see how we can learn. Let's play to our strengths. Like, we literally did not treat this as a league game because we knew it was gonna be a blowout. We treated this like practice. So like, special preparation, not really. We said, all right, GG, we've already lost this. Go in. And I'm not one to say, all right, go in with a losing mentality. But like, 4sight is the most toxic. Like, teabagging, trash talking, just an awful team, and they were going to boom us mentally if we actually cared. So it's one of those things where you just go, it's week 3, or week 2 rather, like, don't care about it that much. Just pull up the map differential in other weeks, and try not to like hard tilt. And that's honestly the best you can do, because like, if anyone's watching this interview that's going against 4sight, like, pray to your gods, right? Like, 5 times a day, pray to your gods. You're not gonna have a good time.
The funny thing is
They are gonna smoke and roll you.
my team actually plays 4sight next, so yeah, that is one thing. But so with this, your team is actually now 0-2 in the standings. So is that a little bit of a concern for you going into week 3? Do you think some teams might underestimate you, and that might give you a little bit higher of a chance, or do you think that you still need a lot more things to improve on?
If anything, teams are overestimating us. Like, did we win CGL Tier 2? Yeah. You know what a good Tier 2 team is? Bad Tier 3. Like, that's all it is. So someone looks at our team and goes, ooh, CGL winners, we gotta be ready for them, and they're just gonna come in and, like, play really well. Doesn't matter what our differential is, because, like, we have the pedigree that says, like, we're good. So, like, we try our hearts out in most of our league games, to, like, a point that, like, it's way too serious. Like, we like, sweaty try hard. It's kind of funny. When we play. So any team that looks at this and goes like, oh, they're 0-2, I don't have to care about them. I don't think most teams are going to be like that. Someone's going to be like, oh, it's Pandora's Wrath, they're supposed to be good. So, you know, most teams are going to go in prepping for us. And as far as the 0-2, I'm not worried about it. We played, at least by your rankings, the number 1 and the number 2 team. In your league, so everything else has got to be easier than this, because if anyone is harder to play than 4sight, good lord, your league is stacked.
Number 1 and number 2?
I thought it was, at least in your power rankings, recently, I thought it was Lionheart number 2.
If I remember correctly, Lionheart was number 3.
Then number 3, then it's number 1 and number 3.
I think Lionheart
You've played number 1 ranked. Well, at least power rankings wise, you've played the number 1 ranked, the number 3 ranked, and the number 4 ranked teams. So nice. I mean, so far you have had a rough schedule so far. So do you think you're going to be able to get wins later in the weeks?
Yeah, I have no. See, like, here's the thing, right? Like, we're down on those power rankings because we actually haven't been getting boomed, right? Like, we've been playing reasonably well. 4sight was the worst by far because they are the best by far. So I have zero doubt that we're going to be able to take W's in the upcoming weeks. Like, I'm not worried about that in the slightest. I'm worried about going into playoffs and having to play 4sight again, because, like, the prospect of doing that is, like, physically terrifying, and I kind of already want to vomit thinking about that. So I really hope that the team improves overall. Like, every team we're going to be playing is going to be... Like, I don't want to say practice, like, oh, we treat you as practice. No, like, they're league games and we're going to take it super seriously, but, like, it is practice for us. We need to get better, and I hope we can play and improve so that when we if we end up meeting 4sight in the playoffs, depending on the brackets, it's not going to be like this. And, like, that's kind of what I'm aiming for, because I love Sunset to death, and the fact that they didn't beat 4sight still gets under my craw, so, like, I'm like, let's go get some revenge. Let's go take 4sight down. I don't know if it's going to happen, but that's kind of the goal. The goal is beat down on Anchor's team.
Didn't Sunset beat 4sight in Firewall in the regular season game?
Yeah, they won in regular season, and they won in a couple of their scrims, and they got... was it that? Or was it...
Lionheart beat Sunset in the playoffs.
Yeah, Lionheart beat Sunset in the playoffs, but they beat us in, like, scrims while we were practicing them. They, like, kept beating us up in scrims because we were practicing for Lionheart by playing 4sight, and they kept beating us. And I keep getting confused because God knows I'm everywhere right now. So, but yeah, I really wanna get some revenge on that behalf. And then Lionheart, like, I'm too chill with Lionheart. Like, Lionheart is good people. I can't be mad at them ever. So, like, we took an L. It's fine.
Alright, so you're definitely looking for a rivalry against 4sight. So, is there anything else you want to add on to that before we end the interview?
Anchor, you're super good. Stay cracked. Grand Slam, you're not as good as you think you are. You need to calm down. And Blossom is as good as he thinks he is. Be afraid.
Okay, so I don't know if you saw it, but the MVP for Pandora was Supreme, and then your honorable mention was Kiko.
Supreme deserved it. Supreme cracked. Can we talk about when y'all messed up and, like, they were on off rolls and, like, their support came out and got, like, a 3K headshot at open?
Yeah, I even said I thought they should have just kept running it, because
that was MVP worthy. The fact that they didn't get it is robbery. But yes, Supreme played out of his mind. His Widow was insane. His Ana was, or not his Ana, his Ashe was really good. So he definitely deserved MVP on our side. And Kigo is the man when he wants to be. Sometimes it's just like, why do I have another DPS? Because Kigo's around. You know, like just let him work. And other times it's like, all right, Kigo, chill out. Like play with the team, please. That's all I want you to do is like hang with my tanks.
Alright, so this is the end of our interview. Thank you, Taylor, for joining us for this interview, and good luck to your team in future matches.
Alright, good luck to Junkrat Meta League, and I hope you guys have fun and continue to cast. It's been really fun so far being in it. Alright, later everyone.
Have a good one.
Alright, so with that, that's the end of our interviews, and I think we're good to end the stream now, I believe, so yeah, that's the end of our interviews. This has been me, Foolish One, and Kenny McCormick casting. So yeah, 4sight with the 3-0.